X vary gently as the square of m and the cube of n when s is equal to 9 and m is equal to 3 on 4 and n is equal to 1 on 2. Now, if you're already on this channel, you know how you have been solving the direct and the indirect part. And the same scenario we are going to use here, right? So now here is the explanation, the simple explanation here. Gently means that, okay, assuming that this guy here, this m and n here are your parents, so they are together. Is that okay? So that's the simple meaning of the gently. The English definitions of a gently is that something being combined, right? So now if your parents are combined and then I assume that this X is the child or the children, then the behaviors of these children will change if the behaviors of the parents also change, and the vice versa. Are you getting the point? That is just a simple scenario. So gently, yeah, that's your mother and your father, and then the X assumed to be the child or the children. But how do you write this variation expression here? That is exactly what I have here. They say X varies sort gently. So this is one of the parents, and then this is the second person. Gently as the square of m, right? So that is the square of m. And then the cube of n, so that's the cube of n. So this is the variation symbol. I don't know which symbol you guys use at your institution, but if you're using something different from this, all that matters is the understanding. But when do you introduce the k here? So you can only do this gently if you have a fair idea on what the direct and the indirect or the inverse variation. But if you haven't checked that, you may consider checking that below this video. All right, so the link will be there. Now, for you to introduce this k here, is me assuming that we are using the k. This is not solvable. That is how I call this symbol is not solvable. So we know how to solve this k sign here. So this equal to sign here, right? So that is why we are introducing the k here. So the k comes in replacing this variation. That is just for understanding. You see, some of the things that you have to have a simple way of getting the picture, right? So that is how we do on this channel. If it is something you want to learn, and then you may consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't. So here on this platform, we normally solve questions relating to a high school or secondary school candidate, right? So this is the equation that we are having. Now, how do you proceed and solve it? So you need to substitute the values being given to you. So what are the values? We have this, and then this. So we are solving for all these things. If you have three of them, we can easily solve the values of the k. Let's see how to substitute that. There's nothing difficult to do. This is the equation that we are having, equal to the k m squared and then n cube. And then we have x to be 9 equal to the k, which we don't know yet. And then we have our m here. What is the values of the m? M is 3 on 4. Remember, there's a square here, right? And then what about the n? N is equal to 1 on 2. Everything raised to the power 3. Now you just need to expand this guy and then solve for what? Your k. How do you go about it? So why don't you pause this video and give it a try? That is all about mathematics. Don't fear to fail, right? You have to keep on trying until you have the final answer. So you have to fail more here, right? By practicing before your final test or your final exam. So is that okay? So the k, the square of this guy, the way of squaring this guy, you square the top one, which is 9, and then square the downward as well, which is also what? That is going to be 16. Is that okay? 3 square will give you 9. 4 square will also give you 16. And then this one raised to the power 3, and that is still going to be 1. 3 raised to the power 3, and that is going to be 8. 2 raised to the power 3 is just like saying 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2. So perfect. So now how do you proceed here? So we are not going to waste much time here. I believe we can solve this. If you can't solve, here is the k. Let's maintain the k. We multiply the top to the top. That is going to give us what? 9. And then down to the down. What is the value here? Is that going to be 128? So just check that. Is that okay? Make sure that you confirm this guy. We are just multiply this to this and then that to that. Okay, perfect. So how do you do? Here is going to be 9. Here is 9 equal to, see, this k is going to multiply the top one. That is going to be 9 of the k. Always the numbers in front divided by what? 128. So moving from this point here, right? So moving from this point here, we have 9 equal to 9k divided by 1, 2, 8. So this guy must multiply this so that we are going to have what to be the value. What I'm having a 1152, right? This guy multiply by that. Is okay? It's going to be equal to 9k. And then how do you solve for the k here? You divide it by 9, and then you divide it by 9. And then the values of the k here is going to be equal to, is that going to be 1, 2, 8 equal to the k. If you're having a different answer, don't hesitate to comment in the comment section. There's additional question that is attached to this. So the question says that determine the relationship between the x, m, and the n. I will leave this question to you for you to try. What is the relationship, right? So what is the relationship between these three guys? That is the next question. Is that okay? What is determine the relationship between these three, x, m, and n? Let me have your answer in the comment section below. But if you don't know how to do it, just comment how, right? How, then I'll be glad to upload that video on this one. We love you. Thank you for watching this.